This is the iPod Nano 3rd generation, Apple's iPod Nano release from the year 2007, making it 13 years old as of 2020. And in this video, I'll be showing you what it's like to be using one of these things in modern times. Firstly, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you like what you see. I'm also on Discord and Instagram, and the links to those can be found in the description below. And now, let's jump right in. The iPod Nano 3rd generation was released on September 5th of 2007, with two storage options to choose from, being 4 gigs and 8 gigs, as well as 6 bright color options. It closely resembled an iPod Classic, just shrunk down. This mini iPod Classic sort of design was well accepted, and it became really popular real quick. Its small size and long playback times were its main selling points. Now let's have a quick go around of the device itself. The iPod Nano 3rd Gen featured a 2-inch 320x240 pixel LCD display, a 3.5mm headphone jack, a hold or lock switch, the old 30-pin connector, and of course, the classic Apple scroll wheel in miniature form. The front body is built of anodized aluminum and the back is built of polished stainless steel. These being really premium materials that only Apple thought of at the time, as most competitors to the iPod were built of plastic. The iPod's use of these materials give it a really premium feel in the hand with solid construction and quality. The quality materials and overall design added to its high price tag, which was $149 for the 4 gig model and $199 for the 8 gig model. These prices were drastically higher than most music players of the time, which usually sold for below $100. It was advertised with a 24-hour music playback time as well as a 5-hour video playback time. It was the first iPod Nano to get the cover flow feature as well as video playback and iPod games. The display on the iPod Nano 3rd generation is a very basic LCD panel, and at this size it's really hard to imagine anyone using this as their daily music player. Personally, it didn't really bother me. I actually like the screen to body ratio on this iPod Nano as well as the overall small size. It fits in almost any pocket and it's extremely lightweight at only 50 grams. The user interface on the 3rd gen iPod Nano was similar to that of the iPod Classic. Scrolling through the UI was done with the touch-sensitive scroll wheel as shown here, and selecting was done with the center button. The back button was the menu button up top. Music controls were the same as on the iPod Classic as well, just scaled down. As a person who uses these controls frequently, I can do it with both my eyes closed. However, the touch controls are super sensitive and take some time getting used to, as accidental scrolls can happen easily. The main menu consists of music, videos, photos, podcasts, extras, settings, shuffle songs, and now playing. The music menu features all the necessary controls that any music player would have, as well as the cover flow feature, which I personally really liked. It allows access to all your albums and all the music under them with a very seamless and fluid scroll. This feature used to be on iOS devices as well until Apple sadly took it out. The iPod Nano 3rd generation, as mentioned earlier, featured games which could be played using the scroll wheel. It also features the ability to play videos, not an ideal feature with such a tiny screen, but considering the phones of its era also had small screens, it wouldn't have been a problem back then. Photos and podcasts could also be loaded onto it as well. Under extras, we have clocks, calendars, contacts, alarms, games, notes, a passcode setting which should actually be under settings, and a stopwatch. All of these features are ones that we would find on even the most basic smartphones today, which makes no sense using them on the iPod. However, at its time, they would have been useful to someone like a smaller kid who wasn't allowed to have a phone just yet. Taking one of these things out in public today would definitely attract some attention, as people would notice that it's something from the past that they probably owned themselves at some point. I took this to class last semester and many people wanted to take a closer look at it and were surprised that I still use it even while having an iPhone 11. I have also seen a few others using these things as music players while exercising, as they may want to get away from their phones at the time. One of these could be purchased today at a relatively low price, usually below $30 depending on its condition. They are not yet collector's items because there are an abundance of them, which is not surprising considering they were sold in the millions. They would definitely need a new battery replacement at this age, which includes my one, which lasts for about 20 minutes off the charger. Purchasing one of these today would mostly be for nostalgic purposes or for modding, as everything that this iPod could do, a basic smartphone can do times 10. The rise in smartphones were the main cause for the iPod lineup to fail and eventually be mostly shut down. And they probably will never make a comeback, as many people have now chosen streaming music over downloading it. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching and I hope you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like this video and check out my channel, and if you like what you see, please consider subscribing. Thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in my next video.